Let's learn English through easy stories. Today we asked some people, what is your most memorable cinema experience? My first horror movie. For me personally, one of the most memorable cinema experiences happened in 2019. I was 15 years old at the time, and the movie was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, a horror film. I have to be honest, I was always afraid of horror movies, but at school, everyone was talking about this movie, and all my friends wanted to see it. I didn't want to be left out. My dad is a huge fan of horror movies. He watches them all the time and knows a lot about them. So when Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark came out, he said, "Why don't we go see it together?" It was me, my older brother, and my dad. My mom stayed at home because, just like me, she doesn't like scary movies at all. The night of the movie, we got to the theater early. The place was already crowded with excited people. As the lights dimmed, I felt nervous and a little scared. The movie started, and soon people around me were gasping and jumping. One character that really stuck with me was the pale lady. She was haunting, with pale, almost white skin, long dark hair covering her face, and eerie, slow movements that made the whole theater silent in fear. Every time she appeared, the tension grew, and everyone held their breath. But the most memorable thing for me was seeing my dad completely relax and enjoy himself. He's usually very quiet and reserved, but that night, he was gasping loudly during the scary parts. At one point, he even shouted, "Wow, did you see that?" I looked at him and smiled. It was so funny and sweet. My brother and I were both surprised to see our dad so alive and excited. The whole theater was filled with energy and excitement. That experience was unforgettable. It wasn't just about the movie, but about spending time with my family and seeing a different side of my dad. After the movie, we talked about it on the way home, laughing about our reactions. Even now, years later, we sometimes rewatch Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Every time, it reminds me of that great night. The lesson I learned from that night is simple. Sometimes, stepping out of your comfort zone and sharing experiences with loved ones can create some of the best memories. Barbie Experience. It was last summer, and I was so excited to go see Barbie in the movie theater. It was my first time watching a film on the big screen since COVID started. I have to say, before Barbie even came out, the movie was everywhere on social media. All the girls and women were talking about it. Many planned to see it together, making it a fun event weeks in advance. You just had to be there. My friends and I joined the excitement. We decided to dress up for the movie, wearing pink clothes, doing our makeup, and styling our hair like we were going to a concert. When we arrived at the theater, the place was full of women and girls in pink. It felt like a big celebration of fun and friendship. The movie itself was colorful, bright, and full of laughs. We felt like living our childhood dreams. One scene stood out and touched everyone deeply. In the film, Barbie greets an older woman, praises her, and tells her how important she is. That moment was so beautiful that many people in the theater cried quietly. As the story went on, we laughed and cheered at all the funny parts, but the ending really surprised us. It was emotional and heartfelt. It reminded us about friendship, love, and being true to ourselves. We all felt a connection with the message. After the movie, we stayed in our seats for a while, wiping away tears and talking softly. One friend said, "I didn't expect to feel this emotional." Another added, "This movie really brought us together." For me, it wasn't just the movie itself, but the whole experience. Being with friends, sharing laughter and feelings, and enjoying a normal night out again made it very special. Most of all, the movie was a celebration of girlhood and womanhood, of strength, kindness, and endless possibilities. It reminded me how powerful and beautiful it is to be a girl and a woman today. I left the theater feeling proud and inspired, ready to celebrate every part of myself and the women around me. Going to see Barbie was more than just fun. It was a fresh start, a happy memory I will always treasure. Jurassic Park on opening night. I was in college at the time, and I went to see Jurassic Park on its opening night with my best friends, Sarah and Mike. We were both huge science fiction fans, and this movie felt like something truly special. The theater was buzzing with excitement, and you could feel the energy in the air. As the movie started, the screen came alive with amazing visuals. Then, suddenly, the giant T-Rex appeared on screen, massive, towering, with sharp teeth and powerful legs. The music was loud and thrilling, with booming drums and high strings that made your heart race. You could almost hear the ground shake as the dinosaur roared and moved toward the camera. It was so realistic and breathtaking. It felt like the dinosaurs were right there in the theater with us. I remember holding my friend's hand, both of us wide-eyed and amazed by the scenes. It was only the third movie I'd ever watched in a theater, but this experience inspired me to see many more movies after that. The story, the special effects, and the soundtrack all combined to create a revolutionary movie experience. After that night, Sarah, Mike, and I talked about the film for weeks. We even started going to the movies together regularly, watching sci-fi, adventure, and fantasy films. Jurassic Park taught me how powerful movies can be, how they can transport you to another world, make you feel awe and excitement, and create memories that last a lifetime. The quiet cinema watching A Quiet Place. If I had to pick one movie experience that stands out, it would definitely be watching A Quiet Place. The theater was packed that night. People were excited, but also a bit nervous. What made it so unusual was how quiet the whole place was. You could literally hear a pin drop. No one wanted to make a sound, not even to eat popcorn. I remember sitting there, holding my popcorn bucket, but I didn't dare take a bite. Every time someone tried to eat, they looked around nervously, like afraid to break the silence. It was funny, but also amazing how the movie's theme affected everyone in the theater. At one point, someone whispered, "Shh, don't make a sound," and the whole row laughed quietly. The movie itself was intense and suspenseful. Every little noise felt important. The actors' quiet acting and suspenseful moments made the audience hold their breath. After the movie, people were talking softly about how unique the experience was. One person said, "I've never been in a theater so quiet before." Another friend told me, "It really made me feel like I was part of the story." For me, this experience showed how powerful movies can be to create a shared feeling among strangers. It was more than just watching a film. It was like we were all in the same silent world together. That night reminded me that cinema can do incredible things. It can make you feel, think, and connect with others even without words.
A cinema full of elderly people.
In 2022, I had no school one afternoon, so my mom and I decided to watch a movie together. When we got to the theater, I was surprised to see it full of elderly people. I realized that it was the afternoon, so of course kids and adults were at school and work. At first, it felt a bit strange, but they were so kind and lively. The movie is about a woman who suddenly finds herself traveling through many different worlds, living different versions of her life. It's crazy, funny, and sometimes a little confusing, but it's also very emotional, about family, choices, and love. The audience laughed a lot, and one elderly man behind me kept whispering how amazed he was. He was clearly having the best time. Watching this crazy, wonderful movie with my mom and sharing that joy with the crowd made the experience really special. It showed me how movies can bring people of all ages together. I'll always remember that day as one of my favorite cinema moments. Thank you for watching. What was your favorite story from the video? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun lessons. Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next video.